Steemspeak.com.
Mughat, what is your? You don't have you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. But what is your stance on religion and all that stuff?
It's wrong. It's false.
You think it's wrong and false?
Yes, I have a moral code based on reason, based on what is required to live as a human being, to flourish. Those are the principles I live by, the principles of pursuing life. So productiveness, honesty, reason, integrity, justice, those are some of my principles, my spiritual values. And I hold them because they promote my life.
So you say spiritual values. So that means you must believe in some sort of
No,
higher
they are not spiritual in any mystical sense. They're spiritual in the sense that they apply to my spirit, my mind, my consciousness, which is a perfectly rational concept. We all have a consciousness, the faculty of awareness, and that's where we have our spiritual values, the principles that we live by.
All right, just real quick, what do you believe in? Like, what's your religion? Like, what do you believe?
I don't believe in anything. I know things because I observe them. I use logic.
So growing up, Mughat, was your family, did they share these same views, or did they try to instill religious views into?
No, my parents are both culturally religious, more or less, religious, and they believe in God. I reject the concept of God as invalid because there's no evidence.
Okay, but
Okay.
I think I can finally poke a hole in there. You're right, there isn't evidence that there is a God, but there also isn't evidence that there isn't a God.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no evidence of the truth fairy.
Hold up, there is evidence that there
Mr.
isn't.
Sanchez,
Hold on. There is
It's about
evidence
faith.
that there isn't a teapot. We know that there isn't a teapot
Mr. Sanchez,
flying around.
They're not on the
room.
same. They're not on the same. The assertions are not on the same level. To say, I believe in UFOs because there isn't any proof. There isn't UFOs. It actually is on the burden. The burden of proof is on the person making the claim, not the person refuting it.
There's piles of evidence of UFOs.
Okay, let's not get into UFOs, but let's talk about the pink elephant flying around Mr. Sanchez's head. Is it there, Mr. Sanchez?
I do not see it. It is not there.
Yes.
Steemspeak.com.
What the fuck is cornhole?
It's a game.
Not in my fucking dictionary.
It's a hole in the wall where you put the corn in, so it drops down into the silo.
Actually, even being from upstate, I didn't hear about it, the name of that game Cornhole, until last year. I never knew that game existed.
It's weird though, because I mean, really, there's a lot of games that are from around here, like Can Jam. It's from Buffalo, but people know it better than they know cornhole.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
I bet cornhole was your asshole.
You can't talk about cornhole in games. You know where you can stick that corn.
It's throwing a beanbag in a hole in a piece of wood, like 50 feet away.
I bet that is a popular game. Family friendly.
That's upstate, man. There's nothing to do up there but beat your wife, drink, and that's it.
And throw your corn in a hole.
Do other advanced games too, like throwing a horseshoe on a stick?
We did that game too, but too many people got
Why is
drunk
it so
and walked in front of the
funny?
horseshoes.
Dude, I've played that game several times. It's not that funny.
Okay, well, how about tug of war?
No tug of war.
You put each other's ropes.
Steemspeak.com.
What is feminism? I don't even, I mean, it gets portrayed like crazy people, but a lot of things do.
Well, you can run by the textbook definition, which is just a fight for gender rights. And according to that definition, I guess most people in the West would describe themselves as feminists. But as someone pointed out, what happens when that's more or less established? But some people still want to wear the slogan. Well, who are they? So that you should separate between feminism by its definition and feminist activism, which is something completely different, which is a bit as Mug had said, you wanting to establish special rights for women. But I would say it's going a bit further than that. It's also actually taking on the same form of autocracy over what other women can do, to the same degree as the whole point of feminism was to rid women from, patriarchy back in the past, because modern feminist activists are not only saying that men should not tell a woman anything, but that other women should not behave in a special way, because then they are quote unquote, selling themselves, or whatever is the case. So it's a cancer for both sexes.
Yeah, that's what we call feminazis. They're the extreme version of a feminist.
The daddy is now the state. State is the new husband. A modern woman doesn't need a husband in her life. She can raise a kid alone, and the government is the backstop. And without a father in the child's life, it kind of throws everything off. But that's what they're selling to women now. And then to say they're oppressed, I think women are, thanks to feminism, are less happy than ever before.
Steemspeak.com.
One of these days, the government's going to take one of my computers and they're going to see all the weird shit that I fucking search on Google and be like, shave sloths and shit like that.
That's on top of my browsing history too. How come?
I was just curious, what was the fucking sloth look like with no hair on it?
Now, how many of us have now Googled shaved sloth? 1?
I did.
2?
What the fuck is that?
No, that's a sloth bear, Condra. Oh, this is the guy from the Goonies.
Yeah, that's Sloth from the Goonies. Oh, Chunk. Chunk is the fat kid. Sloth is that guy. Hey, you guys.
Steemspeak.com.
Other than Sable, what is being developed on the Steem blockchain? Do you know?
Besides video hosting or decentralized video hosting and streaming, that's a thing. There's some markets that are being built right now. I believe someone's really trying to build a porn site and some gambling sites as well. Those are being built. And there's at least 4 teams trying to work on the USD pair, so some form of exchange to be able to change Steem into fiat.
That's huge. I wrote a few weeks ago that somebody should build a porn site. It will be fucking huge.
So the low average, I guess you could say the low average of what we're estimating is there's at least $350 million waiting on the sideline to invest in the Steem blockchain, or at least services that are involved with the Steem blockchain.
And what does that mean, that 350 million are ready to be invested in Steem?
Meaning as in projects, or what's it called, to literally invest in Steem itself. There's a lot of talk with Chinese investors and foreign investors between companies and everything else. We're checking out VCs and figuring out advertiser revenue and everything else that could happen and come to the Steem blockchain potentially, or create a system that all the systems could use that would work with the Steem blockchain.
How much did you say?
The low average is about like 300 to 350 million dollars.
350.
300.
Steem Speak Podcast. We're all gonna get rich, boys.
What you guys have, if you have Bitcoin right now, is the same old Bitcoin with a lightning speed settlement system outside of its chain, and try to implement it. And basically what you're left with in what you call Bitcoin is a fancy shit coin that can be forked tomorrow into something else, and then the next day into something else after that, by completely incompetent, maniac, stupid, and dangerous people that have no fucking clue what they are doing or why. So, if you are sitting on anything and it says it's Bitcoin, it's not Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin worth investing money into. What people call Bitcoin today is nothing more but something that is one step away from being connected to a regulatory system and taxes.
Steemspeak.com, голос and crypto chat.
Yeah, it will be free to sign up to Steam with the new fork. Let me specify that it has always cost money it has always cost Steam or delegated Steam power to create an account on Steam. And with the new hard fork, we don't need sponsors or, anything like that. People will be mining their own account name, and then they can join the network and blog. We're gonna get 50 to 100 million users within the next 24 months. Any shit app on any phone have 50 million users. That is not even a number. That is hard to reach. And come on, Steam. It is a monetized platform already. It's a monetized platform. It attracts all kinds of people, and there are tens of thousands of people that want to join Steemit.com, and they are standing in line waiting to get approved.
You're listening to Steem Speak Podcast.
Dropped my wife off at the airport, and now I have a month of freedom. My nose is kind of stuffed up. What in the hell?
La tela está llegando.
Like spandex?
The fabric is coming. Spandex is coming.
This sounds like a 1990s Cinemax softcore porno or something.
Yeah, it's called the fabric.
Y'all are fucking crazy.
Don't talk so loud about the fabric.
Sorry about that. Please don't hit me, Dad.
You guys are a bunch of faggots.
Jake, come over and play.
We had faggots. The faggots are coming.
that escalated pretty quick, dude.
Steemspeak.com.
What are you guys up to?
Checking on the Venezuelan community on Steam, see if they are still online and they making money.
Yeah, Venezuela's fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Well, right now, if you have gold in World of Warcraft, you're better off than with Bolivars.
Oh my god. Well, yeah,
They got the Steam dollars.
their fucking currency's inflation and it's crazy. It's
God bless
devaluing.
communism.
Price.
Yeah, the last time I read, you needed like 12,000 Bolivars for $1.
Yeah, that's when there was an economy. Right now, many places are eating dogs and cats, and the bakeries have lines of. There are lines outside of the bakery, so that people can dumpster dive and find some trash. Rulers need to rule, just not like that. Stealing from everybody, and I mean it's devastating. Nobody should live like that.